Coming to you the exact opposite of live from my parents' conservatory. I'm in a different place today for a little bit more space and a little bit less background noise. Because I'm going to be talking about how I warm up for a show. So usually in any show that I'm involved in that is directed, we do a big group warm up, but sometimes I'll be doing showcases or sign-up shows that require me to warm myself up. Regardless of what kind of thing I'm performing, I usually still like to warm up both vocally and physically, mostly because I think that just helps me warm up mentally. It's a little bit more like a ritual than anything else. When I'm warming up for singing, I'm warming up three main areas. That's the muscles in my mouth, so my lips and my tongue, the vocal cords in my throat, and the muscles in my torso, so my intercostal muscles and my diaphragm that help me expand my lungs and breathe better. So I usually pull up two things on either my phone or my laptop while I'm warming up. One of those is the Google metronome function. If you literally go to Google and just search metronome, they have a function available right there on the search results page. And the other thing I like to pull up is virtual piano, because usually I don't have access to a piano to give me the starting notes if I'm just warming up by myself. And to warm up my vocal cords and the muscles in my mouth, I use a technique that I learned as mi, me, ma, mo. Other people might have learned it another way. It's essentially going up and down a simple arpeggio with varying consonants and vowels. So I've got my metronome off to the side on 100, that's probably about right for this exercise. I'm gonna start it on C and do a C arpeggio. Start with crotchets. Mi, me, ma, mo, mi, me, ma, mo, mi, me, ma, mo, mu. Mi, me, ma, ma, mo, mo, mi, me, ma, ma, mo, mo, mi, me, ma, ma, mo, mo, mu. Mi, ma, ma, mo, 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 mi, me, ma, ma, mo, 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 mi, me, ma, ma, mo, 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 mu. Then I might move on to different consonants like tite, tato or thithe, thatho, because they're ones that I find the hardest to enunciate on stage. And I don't know if you could hear, but in the M's, the semiquavers got kind of difficult. The point of warming up and doing exercises like that is pushing yourself to a point where it's just difficult. If you're struggling to do them, take the speed down a little bit. So I was doing that at 100 BPM. So I might take that down to 90 if I was really, really struggling to get those semiquavers in. And I'm going to need the metronome again for the next exercise, but I'm going to take it down to 90 BPM and we're going to keep reducing it throughout the exercise. So I breathe in for 8, hold for 8, release for 8, hold out for 8. And I'll keep pushing it down until I feel like I'm really struggling. And I want to focus on pushing my diaphragm out first, and then pulling it in and expanding my intercostal muscles and imagining my lungs filling from the bottom up. That's how I'm going to get the deepest breath, and it's going to make me yawn. Okay, so I've got my metronome on 90 and I'm going to breathe in for 8, hold for 8, out for 8, hold for 8, and it's a nice little square. Let all my air out first. Okay, I'm going to go just slightly slower just to challenge myself a little bit more, and it'll probably stay at 80 because I don't think I can get down to 70 today. Not bad. Okay, now I'm gonna give myself a G. That's nice and in my comfortable range. And I'm gonna breathe in for 8, hold for 8, push out on that note for 16. I doubt that was in tune that whole time because I was focusing so hard on keeping my breath. So I might do that a couple more times and maybe a few other notes. Short and sweet. So I'm going to move on now to my physical warm-up. Okay, so this is my physical warm-up, which is mostly stretching. You can see me jigging a bit there. It's because I like listening to music while I stretch. I actually had the Black Friday soundtrack on while I was doing this. Broadly, I stretch from the top down. I'm not the most flexible, nor am I an expert in stretching or physical warm-ups, and what you see here is mostly a combination of stretches I learned from dancing teachers or from Quidditch coaches, and a video that I found from a channel called Psych Truth, which I've linked in the description. This is the routine that works for me and definitely won't work for everyone, so I would recommend experimenting with stretch routines from lots of sources to find one that works for you and your body. But I just found that this one makes me feel loose and warm and ready to perform, whether I am dancing or not. Let's draw tomorrow's video while we're sat here. This guy. Book recommendations. We've had what I'm currently reading, but I kind of want to talk about the books that I would recommend. So thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Happy VEDIM.